everyone, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Keisha and today I'm going to be talking about my 2022 most anticipated middle grade releases for quarter 2, which is going to encompass April, May, and June. If you guys have not already seen my most anticipated releases for quarter 2 part 1, which is going to be my young adult and adult books, then I will go ahead and link that up above and down below. But today I want to talk about 5 middle grade books that are coming out over this next quarter that I am so excited about. The first book that I want to talk about comes out on April 19th, and that is going to be The Edge of In-Between by Lorelei Saverin. This is a magical realism type novel that is very reminiscent of The Secret Garden, and I also think it sounds pretty similar to Gallant, which is V.E. Schwab's new book. I have read both of those books recently, and I loved The Secret Garden, and I thought Gallant was good but not great. So I'm really hoping that I like this one. I know it's a Secret Garden retelling, so I guess we'll have to see. But first of all, this cover is absolutely stunning. That's one thing I love about middle grade books is their covers are usually beautiful and really hard for me to not pick up when they look this good. So this story follows our main character, Lottie, and Lottie is a 12-year-old girl who lives in this very vibrant city where everything is in Technicolor and almost everyone has magic. Lottie herself even has magic where she can paint pictures to life. But one day, Lottie's parents tragically pass away and she ends up having to move into a manor called Forsaken with her uncle. Forsaken exists in this gray wasteland that is on the edge of the land of the living and also on the edge of Ever After, which is the land of the dead. While Lottie is here with her uncle, she does discover a locked garden, a wise cardinal, and a hidden boy, which is all very reminiscent of The Secret Garden. But through all of these discoveries, Lottie discovers also that life is worth living even when one carries sorrow. But now it's up to her to help thaw the hearts of her family before they are sucked into Ever After before it is their time. This story sounds like it has the potential to be a really good one, and of course, since I know I love The Secret Garden now, I do hope that I love this one too, but I'm also a little skeptical because I feel like The Secret Garden is up here in my head, so I don't know. We'll have to see, but this definitely sounds like a good one. The next book comes out on May 3rd, and that is going to be Monsters in the Mist by Juliana Brandt. This is a spooky middle grade, and I've been following this author on Instagram, and she has really been hyping up this book, so I'm super excited for it. It follows our main character, Glennon, and Glennon and his family have just moved to this mysterious island in this lighthouse where they now live. And Glennon has heard all these different stories about the island, but the one that scares him the most is that sailors end up washing up on the shores of this island and nobody ever hears from them again. So one night there's this storm, a ship crashes on the shore, and the survivors are acting a little bit off. There's even this sailor who seems to act more like a monster than a man. So now it's up to Glennon to find out the mystery of this island so he can save himself and his family, or else they be lost forever. So this sounds like a good story. Like I said, the author has been hyping this book up a whole lot on her Instagram, and I'm really excited about it. You guys know I love spooky middle grade, so hopefully this will be a new favorite. The next book also comes out on May 3rd, and there's really not that much information on this one, so I'm just going to tell you like the line that it says on Goodreads. This book is called Shadowgrave by Marina Cohen, and it says it's The Village meets Tuck Everlasting, which, yes please, I love the Tuck Everlasting movie. I don't love the book as much, but I love the movie, and I love the movie The Village. And it says 12-year-old Arlo, his mom and sister Lola stumble upon an old logging town in the New Hampshire mountains where something terrifying lurks in the surrounding woods. I mean, it sounds like The Village to me, so I'm really excited to get my hands on this one. Just knowing that it has those similarities makes me hope that I'm going to enjoy it. The next book comes out on June 21st, and that is going to be a fantasy graphic novel called Cat's Cradle, The Golden Twine by Jo Rue. Now, Jo Rue was the illustrator for The Daughters of East, which I read last year, and I thought the story was okay, but I'm really excited to hear this story because this is Jo Rue's first story that they've written and illustrated, and this one follows our main character Suri, and Suri loves monsters. She loves the lore around monsters, she loves to tell stories, and she hopes to one day tame a monster. But unfortunately, Suri is a street urchin, an orphan, and nobody really takes her seriously. However, she is very self-confident and ambitious, and this serves her well whenever this new mysterious wagon comes into town, and it's holding something very big, very loud, and very monstrous. So in comes this family who has this beastly secret, and you also have a prince that is hunting the greatest monster of all. This sounds like it could be a really great graphic novel. I'm really hoping it's a good one. You guys know I love graphic novels, and this one sounds kind of spooky and eerie, so I'm really excited to check this one out. I only have one more book on my list today, and it comes out on June 28th, and that is going to be The Clackity by Laura Simpf. This is a spooky middle grade book. I know, big surprise. I love my spooky middle grade books, and I'm very excited for this one. This is the story of a girl who must enter this realm of ghosts, witches, and monsters, and basically play this deadly game that she risks her life with to save her aunt. So this story follows our main character, Evie, and Evie lives in the 7th most haunted town in America with her Aunt Des. And her Aunt Des only has one rule, that she needs to stay away from the abandoned slaughterhouse at the edge of town. But when her Aunt Des disappears in the slaughterhouse, Evie decides that she's got to go in and save her, and she ends up coming face to face with the Clackity. And she makes a deal with the Clackity that if she brings him the ghost of this serial killer, then he will give her her aunt back. So she goes into this world, like I said, of ghosts, witches, and monsters, and risks her life when I think the Clackity doesn't really plan on making this deal, but actually stealing her soul as well. Okay, y'all, this is a fairly quick video for today. I don't have a ton of books that I'm excited about this next quarter. There just don't seem to be a lot coming out that really pique my interest. But you guys just wait. In August, I think that is going to be like the 1 month that I'm like super stoked for books. So I'm very excited for quarter 3. But let me know down in the comments if I have piqued your interest in any of these books, or if you've heard of any of these books, if you're adding them to your list. And also let me know what book you're most excited about that's middle grade that's coming out this next quarter. As always, I love you all so much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.